that onside kick. Just take us through that, and the ball was right where you were, and you leaped up and made the play that had to feel pretty good.
Yeah, it was definitely pretty good to actually get it accomplished. We struggled a little bit on it in practice for the week, and then Joel just put it right where he needed to in the game, and we both did our job, and we came back with the ball.
What was that like when you got to where you needed to be and you looked up and just saw the ball coming right for you?
I was just trying to catch it because I know I dropped one later in the game, and I was like, I got to catch this one because I feel like this is the most important one. And I went up and got it, and that's what happened.
Can you tell in advance of when that might work? I mean, you kind of hit it that line of scrimmage perfectly, and the ball was. Have you ever seen it executed that perfectly as well? I guess.
No, I actually haven't seen the ball kick that good from an onside kick, but usually I just like watch the ball roll, and then when it jumps, then that's my job to go get it where it bounces up at, and it bounced perfectly, and I didn't have to even go anywhere. Joe put it right in the perfect spot, and I just had to go up and get it before it went out of bounds.
What was your mindset when you did recover it and you hit the ground and you knew that you guys had new life?
I definitely could feel the energy shift to, out of the whole stadium onto our sideline, and I kind of had a feeling that we were going to win the game once we got into overtime.
What was that game like for you? We saw you on the kickoff go down, and then a couple catches. It took you a little while to get up. I mean, it seems like you're battling with some stuff.
Yeah, it was definitely rough. I think it was mostly just my head. I hit my head on the turf a few times, but that was mostly it. So after that, I was just kind of like woozy for a little bit, and then I just had to like go in the locker room, calm down a little bit, and come back out.
How much are you battling right now? I mean, guys have alluded to it. It's not just one thing maybe with you right now. There might be multiple things that are trying to keep you down. I mean, what are you dealing with, and how have you tried to persevere through it?
Yeah, just like natural body pains that football give you. I mean, I'm feeling better than some people. Some of our teammates can't even play, obviously due to knee problems. But I'm feeling pretty good up to this point. I mean, just like the day-to-day things that we do in the training room help.
Are you wearing an arm brace like Jake Rose, or you just have the smaller version? Or
no, I think his thing is for his elbow. I wear the thing on my shoulder pad for my shoulder. Right. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
What your Coach Harsin was talking about your approach, every now and then you have to wear the yellow jersey at practice, but you don't really treat it like you have the yellow jersey on. And some guys, might take advantage of that, I guess, and shy away from contact, go easier at practice.
Yeah, I think, they pretty much make me wear it. They put it in my locker. I have to follow what they tell me to do. But it's mostly just so our teammates know who and who not to hit during practice. And obviously I can't take that many hits because I have to wait to save them for the game.
Coach was saying that you still you always show up and go as hard as you can, though, still, even though you got that thing on.
Yeah, I think just I've been put in a leadership role, so not slacking off is part of what I have to do. Coach Keesall tells the older receivers all the time, don't try to do slick things because the younger guys see you doing it. And I mean, just go as hard as I can because obviously this is what I want to do, and I just feel like me preparing on practice is going to lead to the games.
What is it like though? Do you have to spend extra time in the training room? Do you have to ice up more things? I mean, just I know everybody deals with it this time of year, but you're obviously dealing with some stuff too.
Yeah, you definitely have to spend more time in the training room. I'm not that old, but obviously I'm older compared to the younger guys. And me and Jake kid about it all the time. We make the training room our second home. So it's definitely just trying to heal up because it's like a week to week, and our bye week was so long ago.
Well, what is it about you that where you want to get back in there, and maybe you are sore or something's hurting, but you only took a couple plays off? I mean, what is it about wanting to get right back in there and tough this out?
I think it's just something that Coach Harsin instilled in us. Just play for your teammates. So some of our teammates, like I said, are hurt and they can't go. So if, he said there's a difference between injured and hurt, and he says if you're hurt, then you can go. If you're injured, then that's why you need to sit down. And I think you definitely can play through little pains here and there, and that's just a game of football.
Said, I know this is only your second season here, but some of these seniors have been here longer. What stands out to you about maybe the senior class and the group of guys that you're going to be out there with for the last regular season home game?
I just think a lot of them guys, they brought me in like I've been here all 4 years, and obviously about the little time here, I've definitely fell in love with Boise. Obviously came on my visit, knew this is where I wanted to be, and definitely can't wait to play my last game on the blue.
I want to ask you about maybe some of those other seniors, but Austin, Control's a guy that obviously hasn't had a ton of catches, but you work with him a lot. What stands out to you about him?
He goes 100%, 110% on the things that he does. He's one of our best kickoff cover guys, and obviously he just stars in his role like Harsin preached. And I think you just have to shy away from the selfishness and just worry about the overall team goal. And I think that's what we're doing as a team as a whole this year.
What do you think Montel's been able to step in here and be a guy? You mentioned you stepped in quickly, were accepted. Same thing with him. What is it about him that's enabled him to just hit the ground running when he got here?
I think it's just personality. Everybody they recruit good people, and usually everybody they recruit here get along pretty well. And obviously they want people that can play football. And obviously when you put football and personality together, then you're going to get a great team. And I think Montel just brings like more dynamic to the offense, especially, and then just off the field, he's a cool guy in general.
We've asked you, a couple times, but just your 2 years here and your time here, and not knowing what to expect when you got here, kind of made this your second home, I guess. Well, what's your time been like here, and what will the emotions be like on Saturday for last regular season home game?
I think it'll be pretty emotional. I mean, just the simple fact, just like I sit down and think, really, I just played college football 2 years at D1, 2 years at JUCO, and it's literally about to be over. It's just kind of just flew by pretty fast. I know people tell you all the time that things gonna fly by, don't take it for granted, but it's hard to do that when you're in the moment. And just this whole atmosphere, Coach Harsin said, just take it in. So I'm just gonna soak it in with my parents here and just love them up, and then get ready to play some football.
Who all are you gonna have here from your family?
Just my mom and dad. Yeah.
What do you think that'll be like when you see them out there at the 50-yard line or whatever, when you're going out to see them?
We all pretty much act alike, so it'll be pretty goofy thing. We'll probably just all laugh at each other. My dad will probably just me and my dad will probably just talk some noise with each other, and then he'll be like, ball out.
Good. When we look at Air Force, what does stand out about them? Last year I think you averaged 30 yards a catch or whatever, but what does stand out about their defense and what you guys have to do against them this year to win?
They're physical. They're going to come out physical all the time. That's their team. That's their strength, that they're going to come out. They try to out physical their opponent, try to bully their opponent. And last year we just didn't connect in the first half. I think we definitely could have got the game. But if we come out and do what we have to do all 4 quarters this game, I think we should get accomplished what we want to accomplish. But just for them, they bring a lot of pressure, and then they just expect you to they feel like their guys are better than our guys, and you just have to win the one-on-one like Harsin preaches.
Does this team seem like it has a different feeling now as opposed to earlier in the year? Just you guys can accomplish anything at this point?
I don't really think it's just the mindset. Just obviously we're doing good, so coach just tried to tell us not to get caught up in all the glamour and what we're doing and what everybody's talking about. I just think we all bought into the process that it was going to take to succeed, and not one person is just really standing out by themselves. And I think that's what helps us succeed.
You said when senior day for a lot of players, it means it's might be the last time that they get to play football. I mean, clearly you're going to have a shot to probably go on and play at the next level. How did this place, Boise State, kind of help prepare you or put you in a position to maybe do that?
Obviously they gave me a great opportunity to come play Division I football, and not every kid gets to do that, and also not every kid gets to succeed while they do it. And they just gave me the opportunity to just put the ball in my hands when I wanted it or when I needed it, and then they just believed in me when a couple other schools did, but obviously I felt like they wanted me more, and that's why I chose here.
Are you happy with the progress you've made over the last 2 years, and compare the player that came in versus the player that's leaving?
Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely grew as a person, just stood up, working on the leadership role. Obviously they put me in it a little earlier than I was ready for, but just helping me grow as a person. I think that's what Boise State does in general.
You look at that second to last drive of regulation.
Go ahead, that's fine.
I would say that second to last drive of regulation when Sean Monster had a big drive. Were they doing anything to kind of take you away, and how good did it feel to see him make some big plays down the stretch in a big game?
I think it's good. Always when our receivers, I think this just brings us like I said, nobody stands out. I think it brings the whole team together. And Coach Keesaw preaches all the time, you might not get your shot when you want it, but when you get it, you need to take advantage of it. And that's a perfect example with Sean. His last 5 catches obviously drove us down the field to tie the game and then obviously win it.
You looked at last year, the first half struggles, and then you guys had a chance there in the fourth quarter and got stopped at the goal line. Mm-hmm. I know you weren't here a couple years ago, but last time you went to Air Force, they had 7 turnovers. Everyone talks about their triple option, but how much does the offense, need to come through in this game Saturday?
Yeah, I think obviously we see all the time, defense is definitely keeping us in a lot of games, and we talk about it all the time, and we've done pretty good the last few games. Offenses came around, and we just have to know that we have to click on all the things that coaches are teaching, and I think that'll be successful this game, and we'll come out victorious.
Because they had 41 minutes of possession last year. I mean, you guys know there's more pressure on the offense because you may not get the ball as much?
Oh, it's definitely a lot of pressure. Anytime you play any triple option team, I think there's only 3 or 4 of them in the country that actually are successful at it. And when you get the ball, you have to score, and that's how you win and beat triple option.
Thanks,
Thank you.